We don't fall for the same kind of people by accident. We repeat them. We repeat the way they sound, the way they make us feel, the same pattern wrapped in a new face, until something finally hurts enough to make us stop calling it love. Pain repeats because the mind doesn't chase comfort. It chases what's familiar, and what's familiar is what once kept us safe, even if it also kept us small. At first, it feels like chemistry. The instant connection, the sense of déjà vu, the mind whispering, "This feels right." But what it really means is, this feels known. You're not drawn to them by magic. You're drawn by memory. Psychologists call it repetition compulsion, the drive to unconsciously replay old pain until it finally ends differently. We fall into people who echo our past, hoping this time the ending will change. That maybe the one who reminds us of what broke us will finally love us the way the first one didn't. But that's the trap. You can't rewrite the past through new people. You can only recognize when your mind is trying to. So how many times have you met someone new only to feel like you've known their chaos before? If you've ever said, "I knew better, but I still went back," you're not weak, you're wired. Your nervous system memorizes emotional patterns long before logic arrives. The body confuses tension for depth and chaos for love. So when someone gives you peace, it can feel empty. And when someone gives you chaos, it can feel alive. That's why leaving isn't the hardest part. Staying gone is, because even pain can feel like home when you've lived in it long enough. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand how to stop repeating what hurt you, not by fighting your patterns, but by understanding them. If clarity matters to you, take a second to like this video and subscribe. Because awareness is the first step toward peace, and every person who finds it helps someone else do the same. So why do we repeat what breaks us? Because we mistake recognition for connection. Our brains are pattern-seeking machines. They like what they already understand. When someone's tone, silence, or chaos matches a memory from childhood or a past wound, the brain says, "I know this rhythm." And it calls that safety, even if that rhythm once hurt you. Dr. Judith Herman, one of the foremost trauma researchers, said that survivors often find themselves in situations that recreate the trauma, not because they want pain, but because part of them still hopes love can fix what pain created. It's not madness. It's repetition with hope attached. But hope isn't healing. Healing begins when you stop trying to prove that someone else can fix what someone before them broke. Here's the truth. The mind doesn't heal through repetition. It heals through recognition. Every time you notice the familiar tone, the same apology, the same emotional distance dressed in new words, and you choose differently, the loop weakens. And yes, at first, peace will feel like withdrawal. Your nervous system will panic in quiet rooms. Your heart will look for chaos and call it love. That's normal. You're detoxing from unpredictability, not from the person, but from the chemistry of survival. Psychologists say it takes conscious discomfort to unlearn unconscious pain. That's why healing doesn't feel warm at first. It feels empty until the quiet stops feeling dangerous. This is where most people give up, right before peace starts feeling real. Here's the bridge. You can't heal in the same emotional environment that taught you to mistake tension for affection. You have to step outside of it long enough to feel what peace actually is. It's not dramatic. It's not addictive. It's not desperate. It's consistent. And at first, that consistency feels boring. But boredom is just peace you haven't learned to trust yet. Once you trust it, peace becomes power. And that's when the pattern finally breaks. Not because pain stopped existing, but because it stopped feeling like home. The truth is, healing isn't about avoiding pain. It's about no longer confusing pain with purpose. When you stop chasing familiar hurt, you make space for unfamiliar calm. And the first person who brings it will feel strange, maybe even dull, until you realize that what they offer isn't excitement, it's safety. and that's what love was always supposed to feel like. So if you keep meeting the same kind of people, saying the same apologies, forgiving the same mistakes, don't hate yourself for it. The pattern was never proof of weakness. It was proof of hope. You just kept trying to finish a story that was never yours to fix. But you don't owe anyone another round of your healing. You only owe yourself the clarity to stop. Because when you stop repeating pain, peace stops feeling empty. It starts feeling like strength. And maybe for the first time, strength doesn't need to hurt. If this helped you see your pattern a little clearer, like the video, subscribe, and share what helped you break your own cycle. Someone else might be caught in the same loop you just escaped. This is the cold narrator, cold clarity, calm truth, and peace after repetition.